and changing your subconscious so you can wake up to a different reality. And I'm all about it. I'm all about reality shifting. But before you start messing with your mind, you have to know what you want your life to look like. You have to know what you want your life to turn into. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dominique Davis, also known as Brown and Bindi, and here on this channel we practice flexibility of the mind, the body, and the spirit. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you are already a reality bender, welcome back. Before today's lesson, I would like to take a moment to slow down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. This week's affirmation is an affirmation that will allow us to remember that even though we may not understand how things are going to unravel, we are allowed to have confidence in ourselves and in this life experience. I attract all that is good. I attract all that is good. I attract all that is good. You can say this affirmation to yourself when you wake up. You can remind yourself of this affirmation before you go to sleep. You can say this affirmation in the mirror if you'd like. Keeping the affirmation, I attract all that is good, in your pocket this week will allow you to elevate your mindset so that you can see things from a higher perspective and not succumb to fear-based thinking when things don't go as planned or as expected. Okay, reality benders, let's get to today's lesson. Hello, my reality benders. I hope that you are enjoying this new format of video so far, because I'm enjoying making it. Make sure that you have a pencil and a piece of paper, maybe a friend, if you want to enjoy this experience with anyone. And also remember, please join the Manifestation Yoga Collective over on Facebook. I'll put that right here, because there will be a worksheet to accompany this lesson, as well as a journal prompt. So if you would like to be a part of that and share your answers and read everyone else's answers, go ahead and make sure that you join the Facebook group. Okay, today's topic. Are you working Are you working against yourself when it comes to manifestation? I gotta break it to you. Or maybe I don't, because some people know this and some people don't. You have to rewire your subconscious in order to manifest. You have to. Like, there's no doubt about it. But sometimes it's a very surface level belief that you can just tweak, which is why it's not that serious for a lot of people. And other times it takes a deep understanding of self and what a specific event in our life meant to us, and learning how to look at that event from a different perspective so that we can view the situation from a perspective that serves us, as well as learn how to create the vibration of the reality that we wish to be living in by changing this belief. Why is my ice maker so loud? Let's talk about our belief system. Our belief system was created from our childhood. Even if you have done a lot of work on yourself and a lot of work on your perspective, the majority of your belief system is still created in your childhood. When we are babies, all the way up until age 8, We are just absorbing, taking it all in. We are absorbing the way that our parents talk to us. We are absorbing the way that our parents speak to others. We're looking at what's on TV and what our society is saying about people. We are just observing everything with no opinion of our own. And instead, we're taking on the opinions and the beliefs and the thoughts of others and taking those things on at face value, depending on who the source of information is. So when you enter adolescence, when you become a teenager, that's when you start to have thoughts of your own. And that's where a lot of teenage angst comes from. I am so old. Why did I say it like that? But seriously, that's where a lot of teenage angst comes from. You have these new thoughts and these new ideas, and they don't align with the thoughts and ideas that were taught to you when you were younger. Now, a lot of times we can disagree with the belief system that has been instilled within us. And a lot of times we can just keep rolling with that belief system forever, unless we find a reason to say this does not serve me. No matter what, no matter whether you just adopt everything that you've been told and you roll with that, or if you decide to change some things when you're a teenager and then roll with that, when you're an adult, your belief system is pretty much set in place. So I don't want to say 18 is the magic number, because it's really not. It can happen at any time in late adulthood or in your late teenage years. But at some point, your belief system becomes set. And when that belief system is set, that is how you see the world. And it's not just surface level stuff like gravity and water's wet and I can drown in water. It's not just like surface level stuff like that, but it can also be beliefs such as, people aren't dependable, people aren't safe, or I am not the type of person who can do X, Y, Z. And all of these beliefs come from experiences that you've had when you were a child, or again, things that people have told you. But by the time you are a young adult, that belief system is pretty solid. Now, the difference between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is so important to know. Think of your mind like it's an iPhone, okay? So the apps on an iPhone, the things that you can download and remove, those are going to be your conscious thoughts, the thoughts that you can hear in your head. Your subconscious mind is the operating system. That iPhone is an iPhone. It's a Macintosh phone. That is the subconscious mind. Every app that you download has to be compatible with the Apple phone, right? Just like every conscious thought that you have has to be compatible with your subconscious belief system. The subconscious belief system is like a tape that is just playing and looping over and over and over and over again. It is a constant stream of information that is replaying in your mind. You don't really hear it, but it is where you get your conscious thoughts from. As I stated before, the subconscious is essentially how you believe the world works. So an example of this would be, let's say that you are driving and you are hit. I wanted to say from the back, but I don't know. I thought it sounded dirty. Someone hits you from behind. That still sounds dirty. Someone runs into you and they damage your car. So your mind says, let me get out. Let me run and write down their license plate before they speed off. Those are your conscious thoughts. Let me rush out. Let me make sure that I get their license plate so that I can, put a claim in. So you rush past the person, you don't even talk to them, you just make sure you get that license plate. And once you have the license plate, then you're like, okay, we can talk. That can come from, I don't know, let's say when you were younger, your house got robbed and you saw how it affected your parents, right? So when you saw that, you downloaded a subconscious belief that people aren't trustworthy. So in your mind, your subconscious belief is people aren't trustworthy. That can translate to right now, you just got into a car accident and instead of talking to the person and interacting with them, you run and get that license plate to make sure that you're taken care of before you even speak to the other person. That is how our subconscious mind influences our conscious thoughts and decisions. Okay, so now let's talk about the good stuff. Let's talk about the fun stuff. The law of attraction and your subconscious. One of my favorite phrases that's so popular in this community, it's a phrase that really helped me understand the law of attraction, is that you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. So important, because it's true. You don't attract what you want. What you want is your conscious mind. You attract what you are. What you are is your subconscious mind. Let's go back to that situation, the car accident situation. Let's say that you want to be the type of person who has a lot of friends. You want to be really, really popular. But for some reason, you fall out with everybody, right? If you have a subconscious belief that people are not trustworthy, then every friendship will fail. Every relationship will fail. You won't even trust your family members because you have a subconscious belief that people are not trustworthy. So in turn, you end up attracting situation after situation, relationship after relationship that proves that to be true, that people are not trustworthy. You see a reflection of that belief in different ways in your reality on a daily basis. Going back to the belief system, when we are children, all the things that we take in, all the things that we observe and take in at face value are unfortunately what end up allowing us to create limiting beliefs. We don't know that the beliefs are limiting at the time, but we download them and they become a part of what we think builds and threads reality together. That's how deep it is. We truly believe some things are as true as gravity being in motion. Some of us believe that we are destined to fail in the same way that we believe that water is wet because the belief's a belief no matter what. So when we are younger, we learn all of these things, and unfortunately some of the things that we learn do not serve us and limit us. I want to give you a few examples just to really bring this point home. Let's say that when you are a child, you fail a math class, or your math teacher tells your parent, they're just not getting it and math does not seem to be their strong point. So when you're a kid, you download this belief, I'm really, really, really bad with numbers. Numbers overwhelm me. I am not good at math. Now, let's say that you're a reality bender. You're here on the Brown and Bindi channel. You're binging my videos and you cannot figure out why you cannot manifest what you want to manifest, which is a lot of money. Let's say you want to manifest a ton of money. You want to be financially free and financially stable, but it's just not happening. This can be because you have a subconscious belief that you are not good at math. I know a lot of us out here are trying to become financially free and financially stable. I'm not saying that this is the belief that's blocking you. This is just an example. If you are trying to build your wealth, if you are trying to stack commas in the bank, but you don't believe that you are able to keep track of numbers, those two, the manifestation and the belief system, do not align. Now let's talk about how this can also block you in terms of your thoughts and the actions that you take. If you believe that you are not good with numbers, if numbers overwhelm you, every time you get a big sum of money, every time you get an opportunity to have wealth, you end up spending all of it. You end up being irresponsible with it because the thought of budgeting overwhelms you. The thought of taking responsibility for every single dollar seems like something that you are not capable of simply because you believe you are not good at math. Another one. Let's say that your dad came in and out of your life when you were young. Like maybe he was gone during the week, and then every weekend he would stay with the family and it would be a party. Everyone would be happy. Mom would be happy. Your brothers and sisters would be happy. But then when the week came, he was gone. Maybe this allowed you to create the belief when you were a child that good times do not last. Good times are temporary. Okay? So then let's say you are an adult and you want to manifest perfect health. You want to be healthy. You want to be the healthiest version of yourself. Believing that good times do not last and wanting to be a healthy person does not align, because health and wellness is the lifestyle. It's not just something that happens. It's a way of life. It's a way of living. It's conscious choices that you have to make every day. But how can you be responsible and stick to eating right and exercising if you have a subconscious belief that the joy you're going to get is going to be temporary anyway? Now don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't say, "Oh God, I probably have all these blocks and I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do." Don't freak out. Okay? One, you do not have to be your own psychologist and pick your brain apart and understand how everything that happened to you created all of these limiting beliefs. You never have to do that, ever. Unless you find it fun and interesting, because it doesn't hurt to do, but it's not necessary. So let's move into how to reprogram the subconscious mind. The first thing that you want to do to reprogram your subconscious mind is to become an observer of yourself. You have to quiet the mind, quiet yourself, and just see how you are when you're sitting alone with yourself, when you're speaking with others, when you show up to work, when you're engaging in conversations with your partner, observing who you are in every area of your life and just taking notes, just learning about yourself, seeing who you truly are without judgment. And the without judgment part can be so difficult, but just always bring it back to how the belief system was created. If you see parts of yourself that you want to change, just say, I would like to change this part of myself. This part of myself does not serve me. At no point does there need to be any guilt or anger towards yourself, because we are all a result of the belief systems that we were creating when we were 8, when we were 9. That's not your fault. And you are taking action now to make sure that you are instilling beliefs that serve you. That's the point. So make sure that you don't spend too much time beating yourself up or saying, "Why am I like this? Why am I so messed up?" Do not fall into victim mentality, because the whole point is you are here right now and you are learning what direction you want to go in. That's really the point. Okay, before we can reprogram our subconscious, we have to know the direction that we want to go in. I know YouTube is all about, or Law of Attraction YouTube is all about reality shifting and changing your subconscious so you can wake up to a different reality. And I'm all about it. I'm all about reality shifting. But before you start messing with your mind, you have to know what you want your life to look like. You have to know what you want your life to turn into. You don't have to have a painting of the finished product. It does not have to be solid, carved in stone, but you want a good idea of the type of life that you want, how you want it to feel, who you want to be before you start messing with your belief system. Going back to the example of the person who believes that good times do not last. That same person wants perfect health. They want to be a healthy person, the healthiest version of themselves. Like we said before, this person may exercise, they may try to eat right for a week or 2 weeks, but eventually that motivation fizzles off because they believe that good times are temporary. So what is the point of working to be healthy if my joy is only going to be temporary? Okay? So if this person chooses to observe themselves, they may see that they are low energy. They may see that even when they are eating right, even when they are exercising, they are not getting the feeling that they were searching for. This can indicate that even though this person knows what they want, there is a subconscious misalignment. So the way that we can correct this is by reprogramming the subconscious. And how we do this is through repetition. You reprogram your subconscious through repetition. Like I said before, you do not have to rip apart your psyche and understand what you want to change as far as beliefs that don't serve. What you want to know is the direction you want your life to move into. If this person simply understands that they want to be healthy, then all they have to do is incorporate the affirmation, "I have perfect health," into their daily routine. And repeat this affirmation over and over and over again. The way you reprogram the subconscious is through repetition. So if this person says, "I have perfect health," over and over and over again, all the thoughts that do not align with that will start to come up. This will give the person an opportunity to face each thought one at a time and then decide, does this thought serve me? I love the idea of repeating affirmations in order to expose triggers, because a lot of times we are surfing on the very top layer of law of attraction where we think, okay, I want to manifest this. I just have to think about it all the time. And it's like, sometimes it's not that easy if deep down we have beliefs that do not align with what we want. When this person says, I have perfect health, I have perfect health, I have perfect health, a thought may come up that says, I will never have perfect health. Life can't be that easy. Life can't be good. Life can only be good for a little while. I know that if I have perfect health, I will truly be happy, and truly being happy isn't possible because I've never been happy before. All of these things will start to come up when you start to say and think phrases that do not align with your current belief system. That's why it's so uncomfortable. Learn to hear your thoughts so that you can decide on whether you agree with them or not. That way, you can begin to choose a better feeling thought. For example, if that person were to say, I have perfect health, and then their brain says, that's not possible. It might only last for a little while, but it won't always last forever. That person can simply say, if I have perfect health, and I will learn how to maintain perfect health. You have to learn how to listen to those thoughts and know that those thoughts were created by 8-year-old you, 12-year-old you, 16-year-old you. You do not have to believe them anymore. You do not have to live by them anymore. You don't. Do not let thoughts from your childhood, from your young adult life, hold you hostage. When these thoughts come up, when you get triggered and you start to think these thoughts that do not serve you, stand in your power and remember that the only person who has to live the repercussions of your thoughts are you. So maybe we can learn to choose thoughts that serve us and allow us to see our beauty. Allow us to see how we are source-like, how we are God-like, and learn to look at ourselves from that perspective instead of the darker shadow side perspective. Because oftentimes our perspective is very unbalanced and we are just looking at ourselves from a place of lower vibrational perspective. You reprogram the subconscious through repetition. So affirmations are great. The 555 method is great because if you don't know what the 555 method is, it's when you rewrite an affirmation 55 times for 5 days. And that gives you an opportunity to sit down and just really hear everything, every single day. And because you're going to do this for 5 days in a row, every day, the new belief becomes stronger and it becomes easier to listen to the triggering thoughts and say, I don't believe that anymore. That's old. It's just a remnant from the past. So the 555 system or the 555 method is great. And also letter to your subconscious. I have another video on that. I'll put it in the description box. That is when you write a letter to your subconscious mind and you read it every morning and every night. This is a way to tell yourself how you want your life to be and remind yourself of that every morning and every night. So that during the day when you have thoughts and actions that do not align with this new life, you can be aware of it and you can make a conscious choice to act differently. So yes, I hope that this lesson was valuable to you. I hope that you heard some things that you can put into practice today. And remember, make sure that you are in the Manifestation Yoga Collective group on Facebook so that you can work on the worksheet as well as receive the journal prompt if you want to dig a little deeper. Find a comfortable seat. And begin to take your inhalations and your exhalations in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Nice and slow. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Seal the lips. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Beginning to tap into our inner world, inhaling and exhaling through our nostrils, slowing the breath down. Perhaps we can match the length of our inhalations to the length of our exhalations. Filling the belly with air as we inhale, and completely emptying the belly as we exhale. And whenever the mind drifts, whenever we begin to become distracted by what we have to do after this or something that happened before this meditation, let's just come back to the breath, come back to the present moment. Relax the space behind your eyes. Soften the muscles in your forehead. Loosen up your jaw. Let the shoulders relax and drift closer to the earth. Pushing your hips into the earth. Feeling a line of energy rise from your hips all the way up through your spine, between your shoulders, up the base of your neck, through your skull, into the sky, almost like there's a string pulling your head straight up to the ceiling. Resting the hands on the knees, surrendering any tension in the body. Intentionally opening ourselves up to the present moment. All that is good. There is so much good on its way to me. Feel the muscles in your abdomen relax, feeling your heart open, feeling your mind open to unlimited possibilities. Remembering that your potential is limitless. There is nothing that you cannot have. There is nothing that you cannot do. Feeling any doubt melt away. Quieting all the questions that come up as we remember that it is not our responsibility to know how it happens, but to provide spiritual space for whatever happens. I attract all that is good. I attract all that is good. I attract all that is good. It's happening. Finding stillness. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Coming back to the breath. It's okay if you wandered away. Just bring yourself back. And begin to visualize all the good that is on its way to you. Close your eyes. Feel the love and the energy circulate from your heart center. A feeling of confidence. A feeling of confidence. A feeling of confidence that you've never felt before. Stronger than you've ever felt before. You're co-creating everything that you've ever wanted. Releasing doubt, releasing anxiety, releasing doubt, releasing anxiety. I attract all that is good. I attract Stay with the breath. And see your reality right in front of you. Smell it. Taste it. Hear it. Touch it. Feel it. I attract all that is good. All good things are on their way to me. Coming back to the present moment. 5. Wiggle your toes. 4. Wiggle your fingers. 3. Roll your shoulders. 2. Breathe at a normal pace. 1. Lower your gaze, looking at the floor. And when you're ready, lift your gaze and take in the room around you. See you next week.